So you mentioned also that there's actually been an uptick in partners and in associates, and I know that that is somewhat new. We were talking a little bit about partners. Let's go into that a little bit more. That there's always a need for partners, correct? And that you actually do specialize in partner placements. What kind of things are law firms looking for when they're looking for new partners?
Let me go to the beginning of the question.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Because one thing I want to make clear that there's always that need for partner level, good quality people. What we've seen the last couple of years, what has been challenging is the reticence on both sides, the partner candidate side and the law firm hiring side, to make a move. Inevitably, because of the market, almost all partners' revenues have been down in terms of the revenue generation efforts, their client development efforts. They may well have a nice track record of having had a consistent $2 million following from 06 to 08, but in 09 it went down to 900,000 or 1.3. That obviously is not the best time to be leveraging their candidacy, because they'd rather be on the upside and have some, for good comp and so forth. So we've got that hesitance. Let's just wait till my book gets better, the market strengthens, and then we'll make a move. So we've got a lot of pent-up demand there. And on the other side, on the flip side of the law firms, they too are extremely fussy about, they're just scrutinizing 10 times more than they ever used to, and they always scrutinize a lot. Just a little bit hesitant to make a move in this market. Do we really want to take the risk, take the gamble? There's a lot more at stake because of the economy. So we've had the two sides a little bit at war, and certainly, one could argue, there's a ton of movement in the partner ranks, and there is, which seems to just defy everything I just said. But the trend I'm speaking to is real. I feel it every day. And there is a lot of movement, but is it considered movement? It could be the right place, right time. I'm just waiting for this market to shift so that we can get a lot of activity and put people in the right positions where they can just, take off and have their careers flourish again, and they can be happy. And that's what we do.
Right. And
so what was your question?
That's good. Now I kind of forgot. Well, that was part of the question.
You asked what were they looking for?
Right. I mean, what are law firms looking for? You mentioned also answering the first part of my last question that they were being even a little more picky. Is there anything in particular that they're really looking for?
It used to be the threshold requirement for partner-level candidates would be you must have, $1 million consistently in bringing business in to support yourself, to support your associates, to be self-sufficient. There are a number of firms who have raised that threshold to 2. Some firms have raised it to 3, and some have raised it to 5. So if I'm currently working with a couple of intellectual property partners who have each have $2 million consistently and solid in business, a total of 4. They're happy to go together. They've got the great credentials, the PTO. They're young. They're cool, and yet they're not able to penetrate some of the law firms because, I'm sorry, we won't look at them unless they have 3. I find that crazy because I think you have to take a little bit of bet, when you look at all the different factors. And there's a lot of managing partners out there that do agree with me. But there are some firms that are so metric-centric and just so insistent on their numbers that they're not making the right decisions, in my opinion. Having said that, really every firm wants a revenue stream, needs a revenue stream. We're seeing a huge influx, I mentioned before, of law firms coming into the West Coast. And they simply can't grow by having good talent. They have to grow talent and a whole bunch of influx of new clients. That's what we really need for cross-sell purposes, to get them integrated into other offices across the nation and across the world.